Hey everybody, Payments Professor here, and today we're going to talk about excused delay. With Hurricane Dorian making us along the East Coast recheck our hurricane preparedness plans, we are definitely in the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season. Well, it actually started in June. But it does seem like September and October have been the most active times the past couple of years. So what's that mean? It means that it's time for a reminder about excused delay provision of the NACHA operating rules. What is excused delay? This is a provision you can find on page 3, section 1.5. It is intended to apply to processing delays that are caused by an interruption of communications or computer facilities that is out of the control of the financial institution. In other words, it's due to weather emergencies. We'll see it under there as act of God, or you also see act of war. Natural disasters, those are going to be more of an act of God. Now, this rule is not intended to excuse delays due to general failure of the financial institutions or of a processing company's computer systems or other equipment or even human error. All those things should be addressed in a contingency plan. But it is important to note that the financial institutions in geographic areas where extreme weather conditions are routine, especially seasonal occurrences like blizzards or, in this case, hurricanes, that they should have business continuity plans that will address conditions and should not rely solely on the excused delay rule. For a series on disaster recovery and business continuity coming your way soon from the Payments Professor, stay tuned. But let's focus on excused delay. Now, if your institution's ability to process ACH returns is impacted by circumstances where excused delay would be applicable, once your system is operational, you should originate and return transactions as you normally would. Let's hold on for a second. What exactly is excused delay? It's basically saying because of the storm or the natural disaster that has occurred, I'm not going to be able to get my returns out on time and they're going to be late. And I need some extra time because it wasn't safe, it wasn't possible due to extreme factors where we were unable to be able to meet the needs of our processing requirements to do what needed to be done. So what happens in that case? In that case, you do your returns, but a lot of them end up being late. Let's get back to the technical aspects now. If you do receive these returns back from the ODFI as dishonored returns, which will most likely be an R68 untimely return, you should contest the dishonored return code using return reason code R73. Timely original return. If the ODFI contacts you for clarification, you should explain that you're using the excused delay provision of the NACHA operating rules. You may choose, if you wish, to proactively call the ODFI before sending the original return, but you're not obligated to do so under the rules. It does help. Picking up that phone always makes a difference. If you're still having problems though, you're still having questions about excused delay, well then it's time to contact your payments association. Depending on where you are or who you are a member of, organizations like ePay Resources, Niche, Watcha, and EPCOR. And by the way, EPCOR has an awesome excused delay video themselves that they made. Highly recommend checking it out. But going to one of these organizations, and there are others out there, will help you in the assistance of being able to communicate what's happening. The understanding of the rule itself is going to be important too, and they'll be able to provide that for you. So if you do need, though, assistance in communicating your needs to be able to invoke excused delay with other financial institutions across the country, well, the payment associations, they're like a super network of financial institutions, and they can communicate this information. And these communications actually help reduce the number of dishonored returns you would normally receive. You should be aware, though, that some ODFIs, they may not handle the contested dishonored return correctly and may dishonor it again. Wait, what? Yeah, you see, a lot of this actually happens because these processes are automated, and if the system isn't set up to capture an item that would normally be captured, it just sees it as being late and automatically sends it back. There's really no human interaction. So people, if they don't know what's happening, if they're, well, actually, unlike people, the software is not plugged in, watching the media every 24 hours to be able to see the adjustments for the spaghetti models as they change. But I do want you to know, you are allowed to execute excused delay under the notch operating rules, and you should contact your payment association for assistance if you have problems. Questions though that come up from all of this is, do you have robust business continuity plans that include weather contingencies? Do you know the last time it was even tested? Do you have disaster recovery plans? That's what these are like. Would you like to know what goes into one? Well, if you would, message or email me, because that's something I might be considering for the future. Actually, I've already said I would, but I'd like to hear what you would like to have included in it. If you got any comments on this video or on a future series you'd like to see, like on business continuity planning, again, message me or email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. Until then, have a marvelous Monday. Thank you.